With the term starting soon, I thought I would go through my top 6 tips for GCSE Maths. My first tip is to know the specification that you should be using. Every school uses a different exam board when it comes to GCSE Maths. Make sure you know the exam board that your school is using and find the correct specification. What is great about GCSE Maths is you get told exactly what you need to know for the exam. The specifications will offer this information in a neat list of content. My students find a red, amber, green system to be very useful. Go through the specification, mark down any topic that you don't understand as red, any topic that you kind of understand but feel like you need more practice with as amber, and finally any topic that you feel very confident about, mark it green. Then go through the list and focus on those red and amber topics until you can convert them to green. The specifications are different between foundation tier and higher tier, so make sure you get the correct one before studying from the specification. Tip number 2 is use the online resources that are out there. There are so many excellent online resources that are available for everyone for free. You don't have to pay for subscription services or extra tutoring services when there is so much free, fantastic content out there. Sites like Corbett Maths, Maths Genie, Physics and Maths Tutor have fantastic amounts of content, both questions, solutions, worksheets for you to practice and improve your math skills with. Combining the free resources that are out there with the correct specification means you can systematically go through what you need to know and practice those topics, improving at them all the time. Check the description of this video for a link to some of those amazing free resources. Tip number 3 is get to know your calculator. When studying for your GCSEs, it can feel like the calculator is just there to help you with complex calculations when the numbers get tricky. But your calculator can actually do so much more than that. The calculators that you use at GCSE have many features that will improve your efficiency when you're doing questions. Understanding features such as the answer button and being able to store variables will improve the speed at which you can do questions. Being able to use the calculator quickly is also very important. If you practice using the calculator while doing your homework and other exercises, come the exam, you will save precious time. My 4th tip is to use past papers to your advantage. All of the GCSE Maths papers that have ever been set are available online somewhere, and the mark schemes are as well. Use this to your advantage. There's no better practice than a practice paper, because this is exactly what you'll be doing when you're sat in the exam hall at the very end of your GCSEs. Using the mark schemes well is essential, as it tells you what you're doing wrong, but it also hints towards what the examiners are looking for when they come to mark your paper. Understand the different marking codes in the mark scheme. There will be codes such as A's, M's, and B's. These indicate different marks that you will be able to get. Some of these marks will just be answer marks, and some of them will be working marks. And hopefully this will highlight how important it is to write everything down on your paper when you're working out questions. Tip number 5 is that practice makes perfect. I know it's a cliche, and I know a lot of you will not enjoy listening to this tip, but practice really does make perfect when it comes to maths. Just like a musical instrument, practicing is going to improve that muscle memory when it comes to the basics. Things that you have worked on already prior to your GCSEs, such as number work, fraction work, and algebra work, all of this will be essential to understanding more complicated topics later on. So practicing and mastering the basics will improve the speed and accuracy with which you learn more complicated topics later on in the course. And my final tip is do not be scared of GCSE Maths. While it may seem scary preparing for these first big exams of your life, getting an amazing grade at GCSE Maths shouldn't be your main priority. Understanding and properly absorbing all of the maths that you're learning over the course of these few years should be your main goal. If you focus on doing this, then you will find that your grades improve. Stressing and worrying about the final mark in an exam is not something that helps you get better at maths. Another thing to note is that the grade boundaries for GCSE Maths might actually be lower than you realise. A lot of people do not know the grade boundaries until they've sat their GCSE paper. All of the grade boundaries from previous years can be found online. If you're already halfway through your GCSEs, attempt some of these past papers and see where you're at already when it comes to these grade boundaries. You might be working at a higher level than you realise. So those are all of my tips to succeed and do well at GCSE Maths. On this channel, I also have some other videos explaining certain topics, and if you would like me to make some more videos similar to this, let me know in the comment section down below.